All right. Let's do the lunch rush. Let's see what we got going. Maybe some power rankings through week one. Lunch rush brought to you as always by the great folks at Fry the Coop. We love them. 9 Chicagoland locations and counting. That's right, 9 times. There's got to be one near you. Best chicken sandwich you're ever going to have. So check it out today. Fry the Coop. Mr. Abdallah.
Gentlemen, we'll start with the power rankings and then a couple newsy things as well. So yes, ESPN has put out their power rankings. They were the least kind to the Bears.
So is the Bears the biggest faller? Or?
No. The Bears were 18th. They were 17th before the season started.
Oh, so they only fell
last week. Yeah, they only fell one spot to 18.
Okay.
Your top 10 comes in this way. Number 10, the Rams. Number 9, the Dolphins. Number 8, the Bills. Number 7, the Cowboys, up from number 11. So
that's a big riser.
That's a big riser.
4.
The Texans are 6th. The Eagles are 5th. The Ravens fall from 2 to 4. Not a big drop, but they're number 4.
That's okay.
The Lions go from 4 to 3.
That's fine.
The 49ers go from 3 to 2, and the Kansas City Chiefs are still your number 1 team.
I think that sounds about right.
Based on my basic counting, the Bucs went from 21st to 13th.
It's a big jump.
That's one of the biggest jumps. And then the Browns went from 12th to 21st.
Okay, so it's not the Bengals is the biggest faller. It seems like it's the Browns.
Yes, the Bengals went from 9 to 14, only 5 spots.
So the Browns are a bigger faller. I should have thought of that.
And the Falcons went from 19 to 25.
That's a big one too. And then the Bucs moved a lot. All right. So we'll see we'll see if Baker Mayfield can keep up the magic.
Some other sites had the Bears around 13, 12. Chris, you said you saw 10.
The Ringer has the Bears as the 10th team in the power rankings.
It's all defense.
1985 Bears or what?
No, it says despite the debut from quarterback Caleb Williams, their defense led the way and they're 10th.
Okay. Hey, I love what we saw from the defense. I think we all do. We told you they finished with the 7th best DVOA on defense through the first week.
I like it.
Of the season. Here, I'll get you the total DVOA real quick too. Just
I thought I saw like 26th or something.
Well, it's going to be low because the offense was so bad, right, Adam?
Man.
I mean,
listen, we talked to Aaron Schatz before the season started. He couldn't be happier because he was very high. DVOA was very high on the Saints, and the Saints are number 1.
Yeah. We asked him, who's the surprise team? And he said the Saints. I think we told you guys that.
You did. You told us on Friday.
And we were like, why? He's like, because they're extremely average, and the numbers love average.
I guess he's right about that. The Bears, through week 1, guys, are at 18th. So that's really being propped up by their defense, obviously.
And special teams.
So
they did score a special teams touchdown last week.
8, you're right about that. Your bottom 5 are the Panthers, the Browns, the Giants, the Commanders, and the Broncos. Your top 5 are the Saints, Vikings, Cowboys, Seahawks, and 49ers through week 1 of DVOA.
Can you, Carmen, on that list, who
is
the lowest rated team that won a game?
The lowest rated team.
So who's lowest on the list? Who is 1-0?
Who's 1-0?
Let me lolook.
Which one of those bad teams is 1-0?
Yeah, like
Tennessee. No, 1-0. 1-0. Philly. Philly won. Philly is 21st.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So Philly is the lowest or the lowest team with a win on the list. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Interesting.
Baltimore lost. The Rams lost. Check me, guys. Baltimore lost. The Rams lost. Tennessee lost. The Jets lost. The Raiders lost. The Cardinals lost, even though they had a lead. They like the Titans had a 17-3 lead and they blew it. Denver lost, Washington lost, the Giants lost, Cleveland lost, Carolina lost. So, it's Philly.
All right. Opposite now. Who's the highest rated 0-1 team?
Baltimore.
It's got to be Baltimore.
Probably Baltimore.
Fourth.
No.
That's in power rankings, not DVOA.
Oh, wait.
DVOA.
We're looking at DVOA. 0-1.
We're getting nerdy. These are the things I think about.
Jacksonville is the highest rated 0-1 team.
They're getting nerdy.
All right. Yeah, they did lead for a good portion of that game.
They did. And they just couldn't close it out late, which has been a problem of theirs.
They gave up an 80-yard.
Jacksonville, Indy, and Green Bay. There's like a clump of 0-1 teams right towards like the middle of the pack. Jacksonville's 14th, Indy's 15th, Green Bay is 16th, and they're like right there in the middle. So there you go. All right, what else, Adam?
So last night, Jordan Mason was in and got the majority of the carries for Christian McCaffrey, scored a touchdown. They were talking to him after the game. Said he found out on Friday that he would be starting on Monday, despite the injury report still listing Christian McCaffrey as questionable. After the game, Kyle Shanahan said that wasn't true and that he was never told that he'd be starting. And then so this was in the post-game interview on ESPN. Then in his post-game presser, Jordan Mason was like, no comment. This is why I don't like talking to the media, because you guys get me in trouble. The NFL has declined to comment on this, but they normally really frown upon this kind of, manipulation of the injury report. Like if you know McCaffrey's not going to start and you told the player he was starting on Friday, why wasn't that on the injury report that he was going to be out on Saturday?
They'll investigate it, I'm sure, just for
blanks and giggles,
for eyewash and for blanks and giggles. Nothing will probably come of it. There's good plausible deniability there on the coaching staff's part. They could be like, we never told them that. We told Shanahan's like, no, I already explained this. We told him to be ready. Christian's not feeling great. We told him to be ready.
If he can't go, you're starting. That's all
it comes out of it. But
you know, if you can't go, you're starting.
Listen, for the terms of in terms of gambling, you don't like funny business. That's for sure. None of it mattered at the end. San Francisco covered easily. Whether the number was going to stay at 4 or go down to or go to 6, they covered. Well, how much was it going to move over a running back? It's not a quarterback. They covered comfortably, so it doesn't really matter in the end.
I think the total moved more than anything after the news came out.
Did it? See, I didn't even see. I didn't even really pay that close attention to it.
The total went down to close to 40, 41.
That could be because it was about 43 and a half. That could be. But that went, that ended up going over anyway, too.
Yeah.
All right, Adam, what else?
We just talked about Mike Tomlin. The Steelers are preparing Justin Fields to start against the Broncos in week 2. He's going to get all of the first team reps. Russell Wilson still dealing with the calf injury. So good for the Bears. And we get to compare the two quarterbacks once again.
It's very good for the Bears.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, it gets...
That's not
the good part, but it gets them closer to that fourth So
the Broncos aren't good. They're not a good team. Bo Nix is a rookie. They could, the Steelers could win that game.
Yes, absolutely.
If they are 2-0 and Russell's healthy for week 3, you can't go back. Tomlin's not going to go back to him, right?
It's hard to imagine.
Justin Fields is winning games.
If he goes out and plays well enough,
it depends how you're winning games.
If he doesn't turn it over, the Steelers go on the road to Denver, and the Steelers are a favorite against the Broncos, who had a lead at one point, but just couldn't close it out in the second half.
I'll take the Broncos in the
played
points
like a rookie.
Week. That's my key play of the week.
Broncos at home.
Broncos and the points.
Ooh.
Okay. I like it.
I'm trying to pull up their the Steelers schedule here to see who they have afterwards. The Chargers after that. Chargers, Colts, Cowboys.
That gets in a tough part of their schedule. So that'll be
for either quarterback.
That'll be real interesting.
If Wilson comes back against the Chargers or the Colts or the Cowboys, it's the same situation.
Chargers, Colts, Cowboys. That's going to be interesting.
Either guy could get benched.
That's true. That's the Lunch Rush, brought to you by Fry the Coop. We have Jesse Rogers at 2, Crosstalk at 2:35. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Carmen and Jurko on Chicago's home for sports, ESPN Chicago.
Here comes the boom, the Chicago Bears podcast. Here comes the boom. If you aren't listening, you're not getting the whole story. Join host Pat the Designer with special guests and guest host daily. See it or hear it now on the ESPN Chicago app or wherever you like to pod.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's Adam Abdallah. NFL Week 2 is here. Can you believe it? And you can start the week with a big return from FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and my #1 sportsbook. If you're new to FanDuel, you can get started with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. You can bet on anything from on the Thursday night football game, from the money line, total points, the spread, Josh Allen, touchdowns, passing yards, Tyreek Hill, receiving yards, whatever you want to. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. Just visit FanDuel.com/Abdallah to make every moment more this season. That's FanDuel.com/Abdallah, ABDALLA. FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. You must be 21 or over and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, man. What are you eating? It's Fry the Coop. Wait, what is it?
Fry the Coop.
What's it called?
It's called Fry the Coop, dude. They make the best chicken sandwich this side of the Mississippi. You haven't tried it?
So they sell chicken?
Are you even listening? Yes, it's Fry the Coop. They sell chicken and happiness. It's thebomb.com, as the kids say. They're up in Lincoln Park, Oak Lawn, Elmhurst, Tinley Park, Westtown, Portage Park, and Darien, and Prospect Heights. It's the best chicken sandwiches you will ever have, period. Just Google it. Fry the Coop.
True Chicago-style pizza? It's not what out-of-towners think it is. True Chicago-style is thin, crispy, and cut into squares. Thanks to Connie's Frozen Pizza, you can enjoy a true slice of the city. Connie's Frozen Pizzas are made with the same cornmeal crust Connie's has been serving for over 60 years, and they're exactly what you crave. Get to know the true Chicago-style with Connie's Frozen Pizza. Born in Chicago, enjoyed everywhere. Available in a freezer aisle near you.
With today's stress and uncertainty, drug and alcohol overdoses have drastically increased and taken too many lives. Don't risk losing someone you love. The problem may be worse than you think, and it won't get better unless you take action. You owe it to your family, and you owe it to yourself to get the help needed today before it's too late. Call Gateway Foundation, 855-925-GATE now. Gateway is here to help you and those you care about. Call 855-925-GATE. You can make a difference.
Ready to transform your passion into a powerhouse profession? Act now. Visit Illinois Media School today at beonair.com to book a free studio tour. That's right, free. Go to beonair.com now and seize your media future with Illinois Media School.
It's football season, and Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for all the action on the gridiron. With a game-changing rewards program plus an amazing selection of tickets, Vivid Seats ensures that every fan can catch their favorite teams and players in action. Vivid Seats has you covered with deals that cater to every football enthusiast, and all tickets come back by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Zoning out on that Zoom meeting? Zoom. Find out what Carmen and Jurko were talking about. Tell your smart speaker to play ESPN 1000.
I don't know, somehow a few years ago, Baseball Ray just became a thing on our show. It's a Baseball
Ray.
I don't even know how it started, talking about baseball. Made us think of James Earl Jones.
Archibald Moonlight Graham.
From Field of Dreams. The great James Earl Jones passed yesterday at the age of 93.
Character was Terrence Mann.
Yes, Terrence Mann. And what was the name of the book he wrote, Jurko?
The Uprising.
The Boat Rocker.
The Boat Rocker, that's it.
Peace, love, dove. Now get the hell out of here. Oh, I gotta love James Earl Jones.
The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball.
See, we even screwed it up.
Yeah.
We said Baseball Ray. It's the one constant through all the years has been.
For
One
years,
constant
you
through
guys
all the
said
years,
Baseball Ray, and at no
been
point in the movie
baseball.
does he say Baseball Ray.
America's rolled by like an army of steamrollers. It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But baseball has marked the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come, Ray. People will most definitely come.
Love it. Love James Earl Jones. I feel like we need a list, don't we?
You might have to. What's the list going to be?
I mean, you want to do your favorite movies, your favorite characters? I mean, James Earl Jones needs to be celebrated. He's the voice of Darth Vader, for crying out loud.
Mufasa.
All right, so here, write down your five favorite James Earl Jones things.
I like the idea of the things, because it can be like what Adam said. It could be some of the fun stuff he did over the years, whether it was a Letterman or other. Okay, you got it?
5, Admiral Greer.
He's on my list. The Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, well, in Patriot Game, he's Admiral Greer.
Well, he's Admiral Greer in all of them. That's true.
He's always there. So he's the guy. Number 4, Mufasa.
I didn't have him on my list. That's a good one, though.
Well, I mean, how do you not have it on the list? Mufasa.
I'll tell you the other ones I had.
Number 3, Terrence Mann.
Yes, Terrence Mann's on my list.
Okay, Terrence Mann. Number two would have to be him in another movie, but Darth Vader is number 1.
Darth Vader. What about the Sandlot?
Darth Vader. Oh, yeah. It's the old guy in Sandlot.
He's the old guy at the end
guy.
of Sandlot.
Is he the blind old guy in Sandlot?
The blind old guy at the end of Sandlot that played in the Negro Leagues.
Come in, let's talk about this baseball.
Exactly, a new Babe Ruth. And
and then they just go into a stranger's house. No big deal. That's fine.
But in the 50s, that happened, Adam. It wasn't
I'm just
a big
saying,
deal.
two kids walk into a stranger's house. That's fine.
But that's what I'm telling you. In the 50s, that wasn't.
It's an old gentleman's house, Abdallah. It's not a
Yeah.
stranger. I mean, come on. He's the old guy on the block. Everyone knows who he is.
That's how times have changed. You know, the old nice gentleman with a bunch of baseball memorabilia invites you in for tea.
Come in
lure
and
some
talk
kids
about my
inside.
balls, kids.
Exactly.
You like baseball?
Ray?
The best of the best, though, I think, has to be King Jaffe Joffer, right?
What is this? A photograph. What is this? McDowell's.
McDowell's.
It's a place over on Queens Boulevard. I think he works there.
My son works.
The best.
What is he now?
I don't know. He moved downstairs, apartment 1A.
Your Majesty. What are you doing here? I received your telegram. What is Akeem?
What is Akeem?
He went out. So how was your flight? Comfortable, I trust? Your only job was to look after Akeem.
He's the best, man. So rest in peace, James Earl Jones, King Jaffe Joffer, phenomenal. Adam, what other things did you have? Like the Letterman thing is great.
The Letterman thing is great, and then he was in the first Treehouse of Horrors of The Simpsons. The Simpsons did their Halloween specials every year, and he played. He was in the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Good recall by you on that.
He was in I think it was The Raven.
I remember that Treehouse of Horrors.
And he was in it. And then there's the iconic one where he's like, I don't think he's in it, but they have like Lisa's looking up at the clouds, and it's him and it's Mufasa. It's like all the characters he's
ever done. Yeah. Mufasa's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I can't lie. That's pretty good, Jurko. But you know who's just as memorable in that is Jeremy Irons as
Scar.
As
Scar
from The Lion King.
And which one's the parrot in that one? Which parrot is that one? Is that Zazu or is that the other one?
That's Aladdin.
Yeah, that's Aladdin.
Who's this parrot? Because he was in a rumpus too.
I don't remember. I don't know if he's a parrot. He's a different kind of bird, isn't he? Or is he a parrot in The Lion King? I don't know. I don't do a good job keeping all of the Disney ones straight all the time. I like the Pixar movies more than some of the pure Disney ones. I haven't seen those quite as often, but yeah, James Earl Jones, true legend, and the voice of Darth Vader, and many other things, and one of the great, most distinctive voices probably in the last 50 or 60 years in Hollywood. He and Morgan Freeman, A Good Life Lived, 93.
Zazu.
That's in Lion King?
That's Zazu, yeah.
So what's the
Lion
one
King
in
parrot?
What's the one in
Aladdin? Can't be the same one, right?
No, it's not the same one. It's somebody different. I can't remember.
The bird in Aladdin is Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Yes, it's definitely Gilbert Godfrey. What's his name?
Iago.
Iago. I would never. You could have given.
Iago.
We would have been here for a month before I could have been able to pull that. Iago. I don't even remember that.
Yeah. So you got it now.
All right, now we got
We
it.
didn't do top 5 Disney movies. That was one of the lists we didn't do, or else I could have told you about Iago.
Save it for next year.
Aladdin's definitely in the top 5.
That's the beautiful thing that's going to get us through next summer, boys. I don't know if baseball is going to be any better. Might be on the north side.
It won't be on the south side.
It definitely won't be on the south
the
side.
Craig Counsell effect hasn't been felt, I think.
Let's talk about it with Jesse coming up. And then a lot of people are upset that what Chris Getz said yesterday when Jesse was down there, wrote a story about it, that, oh, yeah, I could have seen 105 or 110, but not 120. I mean, how big's the difference, really? But I guess it's significant enough, another 15 games. But anybody who thought that this was going to be anything other than a horse, what year, Jerry Reinsdorf doesn't know what's going on. Jerry Reinsdorf is delusional. Danny Zetterman said upstairs, but think about what the owner said last August. So what? The owners lost.
Lost is what he said, or that Chris Getz, or they were going to.
No, he said they were going to
turn it around in a year.
Chris Getz told. Do you remember the conversations when they were making trades, when they traded Cease, when they were at the winter meetings? Chris Getz was going on record going, "We're no good. We can't play defense. We can't run the bases. We have no balance in our lineup." The general manager was telling you how bad they were. Who cares what the owner said last August? The owner doesn't know anything. The owner has run this franchise straight into the toilet.
Yes.
So, I mean, what the owner said last August,
and he wants a new stadium.
He's got the nerve to ask for a new stadium.
Wants a new stadium.
I mean, give me a break. Anybody could have seen this was going to be a 100 or 105 loss team. So, no, I'm not that upset about it. We'll talk to Jesse. We'll get a final baseball update. Cubs won last night, but they're pretty much officially sunk too. 312-332-3776. Jesse joins us.